Ex amazing soul I got to spend some time with on the cruise ship back in October. And I had no idea that he and his lovely bride were going to be on the cruise. And I was hanging out over by the hot tub, I think having my second burrito. I can't remember. That's a problem with cruise ships. Too much food, unlimited food, and when I want, I can really indulge. But when he and his lovely bride came walking up by the hot tubs, burrito, thank you. Um, I got all excited, jumped up, and gave the guy a massive bear hug. Now, for those who know Kristen, this guy is built like a freight train. I think he probably could have picked me up and launched me into the hot tub, but I was so excited to see him. And throughout that week, I just got to soak in all the knowledge from this guy. Listening to him, hearing stories of his life was absolutely incredible. And one of the greatest things that the cruise ship had to offer, except for, one of the greatest gifts we're spending time with everyone on the ship was, if everybody knows me, I do enjoy a cigar every once in a while. And they had cigars under the stars. And I can't remember where he got these, but he came walking up and we were all sitting around the table before dinner, and he offered this very special cigar, and I was blown away because he brought him, I believe, to the men's retreat before, and it was just the generosity from his heart. And that's what I love about Cristian Martinez. And I could keep going on and on about how incredible this guy is, but that would take away from what he's going to be bringing to the mountain. So with that being said, Christian, the summit is yours.
No, no, no. Please keep going. Keep going.
So the only thing I will say, you need to take that jersey down because the Broncos did kick your guys'
Come
butt.
on. Not everybody has good taste. It's all good. You can keep talking trash. I heard you give Amber a hard time. You can't give everybody a hard time.
Oh, no, I won't. I'll stop.
Now, I will tell you, Elena, I don't know that I want to follow you because that, my friend, had me very, very excited. I love the energy, not only from the Movement Maker Live, but just the energy that you brought to the summit today. Really got me thinking, got me a little bit in my feelings before I probably should be. So, what I wanted to do is start with a few words that I kind of heard today throughout the entire summit. So I think Ashley started today, correct? Okay. So as I was listening, I've been off camera most of the day because it's been a crazy, crazy day. But here are the things that have stood out to me: authentic, faith, positive, encourage, be courageous, energy, light, be real, stay focused. It's okay to be funny, strength, belief, character, faith. These are the things that hit me throughout the day, and I'm thinking about what I wanted to share. And initially, I was thinking about a struggle that I had with a young man that I was trying to help. And it was interesting because the way that the story played out, he ended up becoming a very influential person. And I thought about all of the decisions that it took me to not give up on that situation and not give up on him. And I felt like that may be a story for another time. So I'll leave that as a moment of anticipation for you guys. But most people believe that, you know, igniting the spark or resilience means that you need to be strong. And really, after a loss, you don't really feel strong. As Elena pointed out, you feel tired. And it feels like getting through the day is is a win. And sometimes you really don't want people to ask you how you're doing because you're afraid of how you might respond. So the truth is, after a loss, you know, some people grieve, some people don't know how to cope, some people, as Mary said, get angry, right? But what version of you is going to show up? And what I want to share with you guys today is the importance of the legacy that we carry on for those losses. How do we show up to honor the people that we don't get to do life with. Um, you know, as I think about the last talk, I opened up my heart about a few people that had some losses that were very close to me. And so this time I want to share a personal story about a loss that came in my life. So I remember sitting down. Everything was, I mean, just phenomenal. I had just been selected to be part of a leadership team. I was one of 8 leaders. So 7 of us are sitting down in a room. We're chopping it up, talking about how good life is. And we're talking about all of these plans that we're making. And it's just about to be Thanksgiving. And we were in that room talking because our director had asked all of us to get together. So we were thinking we are getting ready for a special project. We're thinking we're getting ready for, another opportunity for us to show our light, to shine bright. And we were excited because we felt like we had built something together, something special. We worked hard, we served hard, we did community projects together. We were doing life together. I mean, this felt like this, like a community. People that if I needed something, I can reach out to them and they would drop what they're doing and listen, drop what they're doing and try to support, and drop what they're doing and help in any way that they can, even if it's just lending an ear. But after a few minutes, this guy was known for being punctual and he was late. So everything started to feel a little bit different and felt off. And so he walks into the office and everybody stops. And it wasn't like a stop like out of respect. It was a stop and it felt like everybody knew there was a shock. So the director comes in and he goes, "Hey, I just want to let everybody know that we lost one of our leaders." Now, in the moment, we're all looking around and we're like, "Who are you talking about? Everybody's here." And as we look back, there was only 7 of us in the room. It wasn't 8. And the 8th person was taking time off to be with family. And what ended up happening is they had found this person in their garage. They had just taken their life. And in that moment, everything just slowed down. I started to think about their face. Everybody got quiet. It just felt really, really heavy. I don't know how everybody had felt in that moment, but I know that I took it very personal. I don't know if it was selfish of me, but I was like, what did I miss? What was I not paying attention to? Where did I fail? And if I'm honest, at some level, it just, it I think about it every so often because we think about what could have been. But then we had a time to just kind of talk. They brought somebody in to kind of talk to us as a team because of how close we were. And I started hearing how they had wanted us to kind of deal with it. They're like, talk about it, share what is going on. If you're angry, just let it out. And to be honest, I didn't feel sad. I felt angry. I felt like frustrated because if you're close with people, you see these things, you notice them. And I just kept thinking, why didn't I slow down? And after that, that anger turned into me thinking about I didn't want to get close to people. I didn't want to lead. I didn't want to attach. myself to the team, to projects. I almost felt like I wanted to be in isolation. I just wanted to be alone. Because when you care deeply about people, you wonder like, what if? And I will tell you what made me really get comforted was when somebody shared with me that I needed to stop guarding my heart and I needed to open up more because sometimes people don't let you see. Sometimes they hide it really well. And man, it was just, it was helpful to hear, but it still hurts. And so I will tell you, for me, one of the things that I started doing was I started thinking about, okay, how can I get better because of this? And so now for me, what it looks like is I don't have a problem having those difficult conversations. If you don't want to talk about something, we're going to talk about it until one of us opens up, right? Because pain is not something that you need to carry alone. Pain is not something that you have to deal with. And I want you to really understand that sometimes those difficult conversations, as people like to so gently put it, we have these difficult conversations. It's not really difficult. The only time that we have difficult conversations is when we have a problem. And I have no problem letting you know how I feel about you, about how much I care. And I know that at times after that moment, I have been given a hard time about how soft I may come across. And I'm like, it's not soft for me to care. And I'm okay if that's how you feel. Cool. I'm not going to guard myself with that, but I do need to make sure that I am emotionally grounded and that I focus on the people that have given me a small part of their life. And so, courage is being emotional. Resilience is showing up. So, if you find it hard because you've had a loss, my question to you is, how will you honor that legacy? And so, from that moment, there was one thing that we had all agreed that we were going to do, and that's one of the things that had hurt the most. And so, if you've ever served in the military or if you've kind of like known anything about the military, they tend to give you these pretty cool coins at times for doing a really good job. And this coin in particular was a promise kept. And so we had made this promise that our team, the team that we had just kind of, formed, um, at the times they didn't have the Avengers, and so we would joke about being like Captain Planet and all of these different things, and dates us a little bit. But what were doing is talking about everything that we were going to accomplish as a team, and one of them was that one of us, because what we felt is that if one of us won, we all won, is that one of us needed to win at a award and at a really high level. And so this was in recognition of winning at that high level. And it was so funny because everybody on that team, all seven of us, went on to do some really amazing things. And we all joke about honoring her legacy. And anytime something happens good in our life, we go, this was for her. And so what I will tell you is every time you feel discouraged, you feel sad, you feel tired, think about, how can I show up today? How can I show up for them? Because that spark that you feel when they were there, it's still inside of you. And it's waiting to come out, but it's waiting for you. And just as David shared with Mary, and so many people shared with Mary, that people need to hear your gift. The world needs you right now. The world needs every single one of us to walk in our boldness, to be a light, to be a spark. And so I think about all of the things that I've been able to accomplish because of that moment, the difficult conversations, the hard things. Last year, I was able to, I had the honor of publishing a book, and the book, I share a story in the book about this individual, and really, it's not about pushing through the pain, but just understanding that you don't have to forget people, but you can truly honor them in the way that you live your life out. All right. And so I think about power. I think about courage. I think about authenticity. One of the things that this individual would always tell me is we would be having conversations and I would get frustrated because somebody on my team may not be doing anything. And because we were peers, sometimes we'd vent to each other. And she said, "You better not dim your light." And that was her only thing that she'd say to me. "You better not dim your light." And so for me, I say that to you. You better not dim your light. It doesn't matter what people around you are doing, what people around you are saying. Be you. Do not dim your light. Don't shy away from the opportunity, as Elena shared with us. Like, I didn't know who this was. I'm gonna just show up, right? Show up, show out. Don't dim your light. For me, I think about sometimes I get frustrated when people are they kind of just ask, "How are you doing?" They don't really mean that. It was funny for a long time. This particular individual, she would give me a hard time because she was like, "You will ask people how they're doing, and you will literally bully them into telling you because you will stay there." And I'm like, yes, because I don't want to be surface level. Just like when people say, I love you, like I don't want it to be surface. I don't want none of the relationships that I have to just be surface level relationships. I want them to be meaningful. I want them to be mutually beneficial. I want them to be something that we can both benefit from, because how are you doing when truly meant and truly communicated, people feel it. How are you doing? Like, I really want to know. What are you carrying right now? Is there anything that I can do to help you? Hey, I'm just a phone call away. Please, when you say these things, mean them, because people can see through them, they can feel them, and you want people to know that you're there. I'm not saying to be loud, but I'm saying to be authentic, connect with people, honor them, value them, and share with them. We can all look fine on the outside, and inside we're just tired, falling apart, struggling. And so ask people how they're doing and genuinely want to know, right? Some of us are here because we've lost somebody, and my heart goes out to you. But again, I will ask you, how are you honoring the legacy of the people that you have lost? How are you putting on a summit to honor them, to show the positive impact that they had in your life? I think about my grandmother every day and how amazing of an impact she had in my life. I think about my friend that I lost and how she had an impact and telling me to share my light. And there's so many of you that I watch you, and I'm encouraged by the things that you do, whether it's playing with the pigs to you know showing their feet online, Sierra, and talking about having fans only for her feet. All of this is stuff that I love because it's you, it's genuine. From people telling you to have 20 cups of coffee when you only need maybe three. Just be you. And I love it, whether it's the energy on stage to your genuine care. Be you, because that's what the world needs. They don't need a carbon copy of anybody else. They don't need you to sound like me or to sound like anybody else. They need you. And I'll close with this. After I lost my teammate, there was a few things that I could have done. One, I could have chose to protect myself and not let anybody in, not get close to anybody, or I could have stayed open. And I chose to be open. I chose to be me. I didn't want to shut down and I didn't want to protect myself from the pain. I just said, if it happens, let it happen to me. For a long time, I used to ask, why me? And now I know why not me? Because sometimes other people may not be able to carry that burden. Sometimes people not maybe not be able to deal with it the way that you've dealt with it. So if you're feeling a spark of absence, I ask you to turn that spark into one that doesn't dim its light, to be an encouragement to the people around you, because there's so many people looking up to you, and because your heart is so much more capable of connection, I ask that you choose to be the spark that somebody needs and be that light. David, thank you for the opportunity to be here today. And thank you guys for your time.
Absolutely, brother. Thank you for jumping back in and joining us again for your fourth summit. It's always an honor to have you back, brother. And absolutely love what you shared, man. I'm still getting to know you and learning more pieces of your life. And I just love the different side of things that I'm discovering about you. So thank you for opening up and feeling safe doing that
Yeah.
within our walls, or not walls, but our summit here. We're going to open this up to the Zoom room, and Deb's already got her mute off, and then Ashley's got her hand up. So we'll go Deb and then Ash.
Christian, thank you so much. I love listening to you talk. I love your passion, your power, your lending other people your courage.
Mhm.
I wrote down, how do we honor the people that we don't get to do life with?
Mhm.
That's poetry. That's poetry. And I know that it was mentioned a couple of times about, vulnerable and soft, and I'm sure that you have taken some razzing, whatever, cracking wise, for showing your vulnerability. But the machismo that we all grew up around, I think we're learning pretty quick. It's a shell and it's shit.
Mhm.
And vulnerable is the new badass. And thank you. And thank all the men in here
Yeah.
who have embraced that. You are genuine mensches, all of you.
Well, thank you for
Mwah.
that, Deb. And I'll tell you, I've shared stuff on here that I've probably not shared anywhere else. And I attribute that to the confidence that listening to every single one of you share has been very encouraging and very inspiring. And it also just reminds me that, man, there's so many people watching, and I can't I can't not show up. So thank you for the space, David.
You're very welcome, sir. It's my honor. All right, Ash, you've got that look. You're muted.
No, because I'm so excited, and some of the people that know me pretty well in here will understand what I'm about to say. But Christian, you just said what I heard was when I asked if you're okay, you're willing to let me trauma dump on you, and I'm so excited about that. No, as I'm with you, I like the deep conversation, and we're gonna go there if you like it or not. You can ask James. He was stuck in
Yeah,
the car with me for an hour and a half, and I know his whole life story, right? Or Martha or Sierra, like we're just gonna go there. I want to know depth in your heart, and I want to know where you come from and have an understanding of you. And so I love when people are like, if I ask you how you are, I want to know the truth, not just I'm good or I'm fine or I'm breathing, right? So I look
yeah,
forward to connecting with you more because I also watch your post, and I'm just stoked to get to know you more and hear you talk again. So thank you for pouring
yeah.
into me.
Thank you. I want to thank you for being so authentic. For a long time, and if you watch the stuff that I post now, I will tell you that it's just so encouraging to let go of like what the image should look like or what feels like, and it's just a lot of faith now. And I think this community and the community that Michael has built, and I love everything that you guys are doing, and so you will see me supporting a lot more of the stuff that you guys are doing because I'm trying to shift some of the things that we're doing. So I'm excited.
That makes us excited because you're just an amazing soul and love seeing your smile because you have one of those like photogenic smiles that could be on all the billboards if they still have billboards. So absolutely epic. James, what you got?
And I got good taste. And I got good taste.
I don't know about that. Terrell Davis in my book is still the best back, but Barkley's not that bad.
I'll follow with one of the first things you said, Christian, before you even started, and that's not everybody has good taste. So we'll keep it we'll keep it applicable straight across the board, so nobody gets offended, and I won't name drop any of my teams, so nobody can argue. So on that one, I'll just leave that there. But Christian, my brother, I've seen you in person a couple of times, and I know I've talked to you very sporadically, probably not as much as I intentionally should. But I want you to know that every word has been impactful. Every experience with you has been genuine. And I just want to say thank you for showing up, because we don't always know what showing up looks like. And I remember the first time I met you, if I remember the story properly, and correct me if I'm wrong, you've been supporting the cause for years, but never showed up for it.
Yeah.
Right. Not that I'm trying to throw you under the bus, but that was the highlight of something. And I heard like you just donated and donated and donated and gave, but you never experienced until you experienced. And there's a difference between supporting something and showing up for something that you support. It changes the game. And when you show up for the things that you support, it changes the game. And I'm literally watching you over the last year change the game. And you're talking about shifts and movement. You're going into intentionality. You're going into purpose. You're aligning yourself with people who are willing to be aligned with you. And I'm watching this and I'm loving it. So I want to say thanks, man. Keep showing up, bro.
Yeah, thank you for that. And it's interesting because I know somebody's about to give me something for it. However, that's how I am. I try to put my money where my mouth is. I try to support people, and I will tell you, even these summits, they're virtual. If you only knew what my day looked like today, and I still chose to show up, you'd be like, dude, you need to go somewhere else. Like it just my days get so crazy. It's insane. But yes, I'm choosing to show up more, and I'm trying to be very intentional about that because I know that our times are important, and like I value each and every one of you. Yes, Michael. So kind of you to raise your hand.
I just thought I needed to see you like this. I've been missing you. So one thing I gotta say, every time you show up, no matter if you're a speaker, no matter if you're hanging out in a room full of dudes, on a cruise ship, in a room at the Gaylord in Nashville, just name some of the places we've been the last year, me and you. There's one thing that always happens. You always show your heart.
Yeah.
All right. And that as men, it's like so reassuring and almost like it's okay. All right. Like, I know you're a warrior in a garden. All right. And I know the fight you've had in your life and your fit for your family, for the things you love and care about, for this country itself.
Yeah.
Right. But yet you still show your heart through all that. You didn't let that make you hard. You already are at where you need to be. Right.
Yeah.
Like that joke.
Yeah.
I'm glad it landed for you. There's, it's not a day if I don't say a Viagra joke, but I won't say it to you. I'll save it. But just the way you show up and pour your heart into the people, man, I haven't met you once where it hasn't changed lives. So maybe I should meet you more.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
You know what's interesting is the first time we connected, I think it was the first time that you said something along the lines of men make men hard. And I was like, oh, maybe the wrong room. I was like, Michael.
One of the best t-shirts never made.
I was like, come on, brother. But on that note, I'm gonna make sure everywhere that I go from now on, I carry my sword with me so that people know that I'm, hard. Okay.
Oh,
From
God.
what I hear, you always got your sword with you, brother.
Yes, sir.
And how
All
we
right.
go from
Yes,
Christian
sir.
crushing it and then going to that. My, how the tides have turned. Oh, yeah,
Appreciate you
yeah.
guys.
And leave it to
Thank you.
Michael Favorite, right? Gotta
Yeah,
love it. Christian, thank you, brother. Absolutely
absolutely.
love you, man. Thank you for everything. Thank you for your service. Most importantly, always need to end on that, brother. I still have a very close friend who's in the military that I grew up with. I've known him since I was 4, and I think he was 3. Um, and so I always want to make sure I say that. So truly appreciate you, brother, and love you much.